Hey guys, I'm here to introduce the latest version of EfitX. Yes, a new version 8.0 coming to you very soon, hopefully January. Right now, we're gonna just show you a preview of what it could do, the new style, the new interface. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to go ahead and log in EfitX from my phone. So just a reminder, EfitX has always been a web app, and we don't have an Apple Android store app yet, but and eventually we'll have one. But it works great on your web browser, especially if you're on Android, and yes, it works on Safari as well on your iPhones. So let's go ahead and log in. What I'm going to do is screenshot what I'm doing, and it'll appear on my left side here. So I'm going to go ahead and log in efitx.com. Now, to test the new version 8.0, you need a passcode. So you could email me, text me, and you will get this screen once you log in. Read the notes. It's very important you read the notes because we are going through a lot of bugs. And you'll get a login page on the bottom of the screen. So you hit that, and what you see here first is all orange. Yes, I decided to go orange. Got tired of looking at blue. The old version 7.0 was blue, so decided to go orange. And I'm thinking about maybe calling it Efit Tangerine or something. Okay, tangerine, sweet potato, or whatever's orange. Anyways, first page you see is muscles recently trained, and what you see is highlighted muscle groups that you've recently trained. We could scroll down and we will see suggested exercise. Now, this is going to become more sophisticated as we go along. Right now, yes, it's kind of like AI suggesting exercises based on your historic data. So you could pop a bunch of these categories and see what exercises that our bot is coming up with for you to do. Now, it's based on a lot of attributes, your profile, your what you worked on previously, and based on your program, and it makes progressions on its own. So it's going to be a cool, really cool feature eventually. Right now, it's working on the bare minimum attributes right now, so it's still in work in process. If we scroll down a little bit more, you will see consumption versus expenditure. So basically, your intake of food and then how many calories you expend per day, per couple days, per weeks. You'll be able to view random days eventually. Scroll a little bit more down and you get that expenditure breakdown. Now, the way we see it is expenditure is broken down into 5 different types of categories. There might be more, but the main categories is looking at your BMR, which kind of change. It fluctuates, based on your behavior. And also if you gain weight, you lose weight, your BMR changes. If you work out, whatnot. The other attributes you look at for expenditure is your activity level. If you walk around, if you lay in bed all day, that's your resting RMR, resting metabolic rate. Now, if you walk around, go to work, brush your teeth, eat breakfast, then you have a little more activity level. So we measure activity levels, and you get to change the setting on based on how busy you were that day. Maybe one day you're out doing groceries, or you're out doing a bunch of other activities, running errands. Your activity level is higher. Now, this does not include cardio and workout. Those are separate categories for expenditures. And as you can see on the screen, we have those categories as well. And the 5th category, EPOC, excess post-oxygen consumption, is your afterburn based on how hard you're working out. So if you're doing high intensity interval training and you're doing a lot of stress on your muscles, most likely you'll have some EPOC. If you're doing heavy lifting, powerlifting, and you're creating those neural pathways, neural demands on the body, you will create higher EPOC. And this EPOC lasts for up to 96 hours. So you have this super afterburn based on your intense workout. Now, if you just do cardio, you will have a very minimal EPOC. So we measure that as well. So let's scroll up and we get workout volume. So we could actually reload that. And of course, this is for today, and you could see that there's nothing on there because I guess I did not work out yet today. So if we scroll all the way to the top, sorry, my fingers are kind of wet right now. Oh, well, I know what I did. Okay, scroll all the way back to the top. hit this button in the top left-hand corner, and that is your navigator. So you see we got some nice icons here. We have a nice home screen weights. Now, not everything works. Only the home and the weight category works right now. On the top are your shortcut buttons. So later on, when you become a power user, you have quicker access to get to your cardio and your nutrition modules. So let's go ahead and press the weight section, and we will get our orange disaster. No, our orange theme. I don't know, maybe tangerine. We may call it EfitX tangerine. And you can see no entries on this date. Now, this might be a little too much for everyone to consume at first, but once you get used to it, it goes by real fast, and there's a lot of reasons why we set up this interface this way. So right now, I'm going to log in 3 of the basic exercises in powerlifting, or the 3 staple exercises: squat, bench press, and deadlift. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to show you one way of doing it. There's multiple ways of doing it, but I'm going to show you the most basic way. So we hit this plus button at the top, and what we get is 3 selections of where you could search for this exercise. Of course, history is always the best option. So we'll type in squat, and we get a bunch of exercises regarding the squat. Now, let's say I recently done a regular bar squat. So I'm going to scroll down and find that. And this one, which I've done on 8-9, it shows how much I've done. Let's go ahead and hit this plus button on the right side, and it enters it in your journal. Now, the next step, I'm not going to even bother opening up one of these boxes yet for the details. I'm going to go ahead and press the plus sign again and type in bench. Okay, I'm doing a search on bench, 11:11. I hit the bench press. I'm hitting plus. I've logged it in. Third, let's do deadlift. Type in dead for deadlift. And okay, I logged in the 3 exercises. Now I could go on the floor, perform some exercises, and enter them as we go along. So I'm not staring at my phone all day. So let's go ahead and hit that module, the bench press. And you can see there's a lot of cool features here. We have that graph, has your PR. Recent PR was 209. It says don't know because I haven't figured out that feature yet. I don't know what date my PR was performed. But you get this nice little graph, and you could actually, cancel out endurance, cancel out power. I will get into more details of endurance and power a little bit later. It's not in this video because it's very lengthy to explain. Now, the other cool feature is you could swipe this to your left, and you will get where you inputted your workouts. Now, obviously, this was only, there was more than 6 sets, so this was like the 7th set. That's why you only see the 175. This was probably the after set. And these are nice scroll select buttons. I call them select buttons. And we want to get all of our users to get familiar with these select buttons because we think it's a more faster process than typing in your numbers, typing in your pounds and reps. Press buttons, and that's what we're trying to emphasize to do. So we could scroll back and look at some other features. We have this video. So through our catalog, we have many videos, probably over 300 videos of exercises where you could actually hit a button and watch that video on YouTube or another source. Now, let's close that. You can see on top, there's this number here, 184,350. That is the measurement of your endurance and power for this exercise. And then everything else, notes, is self-explanatory. The fields that you normally do when you actually work out. So let's close this button and let's go ahead and look at squats. And we could see my PR in squat was 245. And you see that nice graph. Scroll over and you can see the exercises that I've done. And I could easily edit this. Let's say this 45 at the top. I want to change that to 50 for my first set. I just press that button, 50. See how it highlights in green? Press save. And we could go back to squat and we could already see that that change has been made right there. You see that 50 on the first set. So let's go ahead and move along and we'll type in deadlift and you can see my PR was 401. Now, the way I train clients is, I always want you to do more volume. Not necessarily try and beat your PRs, but do more volume, and that's why you have these numbers on the top. Now, if you want to get overall volume of today's workout, we could easily press this graph at the top, and actually you have to reload this page, and you will see the progress of the volume that you're producing per the workout. So this was one quick way on how to enter your exercises, and it goes by really fast. There's other features like this previously one touch button one touch insertion or whatever into the journal. So there's other ways you could input them. There's other ways you could input from the home screen and see these suggestions. You could highlight the exercise that you want to perform and then press that button, send a journal, and it'll take all of them and send them into your journal. So it makes it really quick to perform your workout, using this interface and knowing what you've done in the past. So this is a quick version of EfitX 8 pilot version. It's not completely done, but it'll be coming to you soon. So log into EfitX.com, or if you haven't enroll at EfitX.com, and the new version will be available to you shortly. But go ahead and play with the old version, 7.0. Still works great. Get familiar with the interface. So that's it for now. Hope you guys check it out.